what Jesus wants to say to his friends and his enemies today. Oh, Babylonian America, you will fall in just one day. Witness now the great falling away of your false, deceiving, demon-controlled Christian church. Witness now the falling away of Satan's lie-believing, false Christian church as the demon-controlled leaders of it, who have been disobeying me and using their sheep to enrich themselves, are now being exposed. Purify your hearts for your support in any manner, financial or otherwise, for these demon-controlled, false Christian leaders is a sin against me and must be confessed to me and repented of by my real, truth-believing Christian church. The reason that Babylon America is falling so hard, and my increasing judgments for it now, is because of the Christian church in America choosing to follow after Satan and his lies in their past. My time to greatly judge it and America for their great sins is now. I will try to help to grow and to bless my truth-believing and obedient to me-controlled, remnant Christian church as I punish my evil enemies around them. Now, the judgment fall for evil Babylon, America, is on the horizon. Prepare your hearts accordingly, my beloved friends. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a great falling away, a great apostasy of the false teaching Christian church. First, so that the man of sin can start to be revealed for the punishment of this evil world in my end times of it. Wake up, my children. Awake. The time of your dangerous slumber and Satan's lies must be put to an end. You stand idly by as the false Christian church shepherds are being paraded before you in the media world by Satan to try to lure you into following them. You allowed them to plunder your neighbors and colleagues, to sow lies mixed with truth, and made the truth of my spirit of no effect to them. You knew there was something wrong with those deceiving church leaders, but you did not know what exactly, because you are woefully ignorant of my word of truth. Ask me to tell you what I see is wrong with them and their teachings, and I will teach you. They are what my word calls false teachers and false prophets, wolves dressed up like my sheep, who choose to make Satan their father and want to obey him, to steal, kill, and destroy, like the religious leaders were trying to do when I was on the earth. They hate me, and they hate my truth-believing, remnant Christian followers. They try to create a false me, another Jesus for them to follow, of Satan's making in their minds, a false Jesus idol, empowered by Satan's demons to try to believe in and follow after instead. They do not hear my voice and follow me. They hear Satan's lying voice about me and follow him. If people want to choose to follow Satan, they will go to my hell with Satan, and if they want to follow me, they will go to my heaven with me. Rather than share their concern about them and encourage people to avoid them, the false Christian church nodded at their lie teachings. They allowed those who were new to the church, new Christians, to be led captive into the captivity of these liars, for the destruction of their souls too. They even gave them gifts of books by these liars, because they knew they liked these false teachers and prophets, never realizing that they were adding to their destruction, trying to do this. Or did they consider that they too were now accountable for their altered course and life away from me? They and their disciples hold hands as they run together on the wide satanic path of destruction, never looking back to see how far they have strayed from me and my truth, choosing to follow after and promote the false, demon-controlled Christian church. They continue to enjoy their sin and Satan's lies and his deception for them, and my day of correction and accountability for them is right around the corner for them. Do they not see that those who have chosen the wide path to destruction, the false, satanic lie teachers, and the demons ruling over them, sit and laugh over their gullibility? They mock their false superiority and pride as they cling to these degenerate and deceiving pastors of the faith. They clap as they see those whom have sent their sacrificial tithing gift to them, that are now in shackles and behind bars for their crimes. The demons enjoy the moment where they stare blindingly, saying it can't be true. It can't be true. Our pastor of our megachurch, hero, is not a pedophile, not a huckster, not a con artist, like the criminal courts are saying that they are. Silly fools that they are. They did not choose to research their false biblical claims, for in their heart, they didn't want to know my truth, and they wanted to believe in Satan lies instead. Knowing my biblical truth requires that you examine your heart and be responsible for what you know, and to try to share my truth with those who do not know it or are deceived by Satan about it, like me and my friend Paul sought to correct false teachers in the New Testament. So do I call my true church to try to warn and correct Satan's false Christian church today? Also, even when they try to persecute them, my salvation for Christians is a free gift. But if they don't choose to believe in my truth and obey me after they get saved by me, then they will not receive any rewards from me and could choose to lose their faith in my salvation if they want to choose to. Some of the false Christian church teachings that my church are supposed to be discerning with me and resisting believing in are things like, once saved, always saved. There will be a pre-tribulation rapture for my church. I want to make everyone rich through their church tithing. I want my church to be just for an hour on Sunday, with people being spectators, listening to a teacher that doesn't know much about my truth every week. Faith-believing Christians will have an easy and wealthy, suffering-free life, with my help to experience one, etc., etc. Most Christian churches today are demon-controlled and only understand about a third of the truth of my Bible, and they try to mix a lot of Satan's lies along with it when they try to teach it. Trying to find a good, balanced Christian truth teacher in the world today, like Apostle Paul was, is like looking for a needle in a haystack today. My good news for you is that you don't need to find a human being to teach you my full, balanced biblical truth to believe in. You just need to seek me to teach you all of my good, balanced truth that you need to understand if you want me to do it for you instead. Other people cannot teach you how to have a good relationship with me if they do not have one themselves yet. I would like parents to teach their children how to have a good relationship with me from an early age, but most do not choose to do it. I can teach anyone, as an adult, how to have a good relationship with me if their parents didn't, if they want me to. Nobody has an excuse for not learning my truth if they want to learn my truth from me. I taught both Moses and Paul the truth that they understood myself, and I can also teach my truth to anyone who wants to learn it from me today also. The false, demon-following, lying Christian church teachers do not desire to teach about these specific truths in my Bible, like how the human heart is desperately evil from Adam and Eve, and people cannot understand this unless I reveal it to them. My right way to save people from my punishment of hell for my enemies, through my sacrifice on the cross, to help them to do it through just their faith in it. Spiritual warfare, my end-time judgments from my enemies. How to do church, my book of Acts. Biblical, everyone participate with my spiritual gifts way. How I can use suffering in a Christian's life for their good, etc., etc. The entire earth is crying out for my truth about whom I am. I created everything. Everything has my signature on it. Just like an artist signs his work, I too sign my creation. It was divinely inspired by my divinity. I am pleased with what I have made, but as I turned over the responsibility of its care and maintenance, most humans have devised innumerable ways to destroy and corrupt my creation, with Satan at every turn. Everything that is especially good and full of my divine love has been tainted and perverted by Satan and my enemies in this earth. Yes, my enemies have even destroyed the perfect and divine role of sex, what was intended to be a mirror of my love for you and my blessings for you, into a tawdry, disgusting and lurid thing by which billions of dollars are exchanged annually just to see how much more perverse a behavior has become over the last episode or movie. My enemies are like filthy pigs rolling rambunctiously in their own excrement and vomit, spewing forth lies from the pit of hell to the world around them. Can you understand how much evil I have to look at going on in this extremely evil world today? How much human suffering caused by sin is in this world today? Just because Satan tries to hide it from your eyes doesn't mean that it is not really happening each day. I know everything about the truth about how evil this world is today, and I can teach you my truth about it if you want me to. I don't want you to be surprised by my great judgments coming for this evil world soon. I want you to be able to understand why they are happening instead. I will choose to punish and destroy this evil world at my right time, like I did in the days of Noah. This is why I try to warn people, through my true prophets, about my judgments for my enemies coming, before they see them come. If people have to wait to see my hell to believe in my hell, it will be too late for them to seek me to save them from my hell. If people need to wait to see my judgments for my enemies before they will choose to believe in them, then it will be too late for them to let me prepare them for it when it happens. It is like if my friend Noah didn't believe that my judgments for my enemies was coming, he would not have obeyed me to build an ark to protect him from it when it happened. I am trying to prepare my friends now so that they can be prepared to experience my increasing judgments for my enemies later. The best way to prepare now for my increasing judgments coming from my enemies later is to develop a good friendship relationship with me now, so that I can miraculously help you to handle these more difficult things coming later. I want my friends to believe in what I am telling them about their future before they are able to see it happen in their future. Like believe in my future judgments before they see them, and believe in my heaven for them before they see it, etc., etc. I don't want people to try to follow Satan to try to pretend that the world is a good world to live in, to try to feel good. I want people to understand my truth about how evil the world is, and to get their good feelings from thinking about good me, helping them to successfully deal with it. Instead, my enemies' little ones suffer the most. They have taken innocence and turned it on its head, seeing the most innocent ones as new ground by which they can continue to pervert themselves with those who are pure. Do they not believe me that I have a millstone with their name written on it, ready to wrap around their neck in their future? Do not test the Lord your God any longer by choosing to do great evil against him. Time is up, my evil enemies, and it is time to stand before my throne of judgment for every evil work that you have ever done, unless you choose to repent of your evil before you die. Repent now, for you do not know if you will be opening up your eyes in my hell forever this very day, today. I am angry beyond your understanding or the words within your vocabulary towards the evil of my enemies every day. You have no idea how much my enemies have tested me with their greed, with their lavish lifestyles, with their false speech, and with their evil plans for their future. My enemies are so corrupt that neither Satan or his demons need to hang around most of them any longer, because they know how unlikely they will turn away from their wickedness. Instead, Satan seeks to destroy those who are still my true servants with afflictions and lies and betrayals. Satan takes great joy in trying to bring down those of the true faith, those who don't just give me lip service, but have circumcised their hearts to be guided by me and my voice in them, in all that they do for my glory. If you do not see that the judgment of the corrupted church is on full display, and that soon my enemies will also be betrayed by their own sin and corruption today, then you should just turn over and go back to sleep. I will stand with those who stand with me. I will honor those who are seeking righteousness and true humility with me, because it would hurt them to the core to choose to betray me, their Lord. I know the heart of each person at any given moment in time, and I choose to bless them or punish them for the choices concerning my best will for them. The great falling away of my false, disobedient to me church is already happening. Those who make excuses for their mega-millionaire lying prophets will be held to account for the sins of these mega-millionaire prophets. Those who live by the sword die by the sword. Whoever is not for me is against me. Whoever is not my friend is my enemy. You cannot serve both me and money at the same time. I will not tolerate two-faced, double-minded, lie-believing people. My enemies need to stop pretending that they are one kind of righteous person on Sunday morning and being a totally different, evil-acting person for the rest of the week. Remember me when you hear that next newscast of yet another pastor molesting a child. When you hear of the affair this next mega pastor had, who went on to murder their spouse to cover up their evil tracks. When you discover that the church you support has allowed the leaders to treat it as their own personal piggy bank. I am not their God, Satan is. They serve a different God. It is the God which always pleases the flesh. And by contributing to their churches, foundations, charities, you are a co-conspirator whether you know all the details about it or not. I am not telling you to follow such dangerous hypocrites. You are choosing to do that yourself. If you have not heard me directing you to fund some church activity, then you will reap whatever evil they are sowing, with the evil that they are choosing to do with your money. I will not be mocked by my foolish enemies. I will not be served by church leaders who are not totally devoted to me. I will not share my glory with another. I did not allow Adam to compromise with me in the garden, and I will not do so with anyone else today either. You either choose to submit to me alone, or you are not worthy of me, or my great blessings for my friends. Like my word in Deuteronomy chapter 28 says, I choose to bless my friends and punish my enemies at the same time on the earth today. Wake up, my deceived creation. My judgment time for you is here. Seek to wait on me. Look to me, the author and finisher of your faith, and listen to what I'm telling you to do, and choose to do it with my power to do it. My friends, the hour is late. Do you know what time it is? The time of the unveiling of my judgments for my enemies is almost upon this world. Can you not see the path that is being taken by them? My beloved ones, why are you listening to the voices now broadcast on the media and believing in what they are choosing to tell you? Do you not know that nearly all information sources are completely controlled by the Satan-following elites? Now, they seek to craft what the talking heads will say, and you can hear the same exact words from one city to another across the country and across the world. They filter what they want you to know. They also keep their Satan-following plans for you hidden from your watchful eyes. They try to get you to blame the wrong people for the problems in your world instead of them, so that you don't try to stop them from continuing to do the evil that they are choosing to do. This is why I urge you to know me. It is only through the power of my Holy Spirit and His truth to learn that I can lead you to being able to understand it. My future plan for evil America is not to make it great, but to allow it to come under the slavery of its enemies for its past evil instead. I don't want my friends to fear my end-time tribulations for this evil world, because I can miraculously help them to be successful with me through it. Did I not say, "You shall know my truth, and my truth shall set you free"? I know everything that evil people are choosing to do on this earth today, and I can teach you about it if you want me to. I want you to know my full truth about life on this evil earth today, and how to deal with it successfully with my help too. If you want me to teach you about these things, my Bible can explain such things to you. If you want to study it with me, teaching you my truth from it. Nobody has to be dangerously ignorant about my truth unless they want to be. I would like parents to teach their children my truth about how to be a good friend of mine from an early age, but most parents are not interested in doing this for their children today. I can teach anyone how to be my friend as adults if they want me to. Nobody has an excuse for not choosing to be my friend if they want to learn how to be from me. My creation perishes in an evil world when they lack a knowledge of my truth in it. Satan tries to stop everyone from understanding my truth and trying to teach it to others, but my friends who follow me have my power to defeat their enemy Satan and do the truth-teaching work, which I tell them to do, with my help to do it. My friends, you are being set up by the satanic elite with their lies. I can't be any more clearer. They are planning for another massive death pandemic, and the stakes will be even higher than before. The situations your country, America, will face in its future will be shocking to some. For they trusted that this man, believing that once he returned, that all would be straightened out. Don't try to count on their lies. They are trying to get you to believe that your future looks good and that you don't have to prepare for it becoming worse. Watch out, the snake bites. It is poisonous and deadly. No matter your efforts to make it warm and comfortable, feeding it and providing favorite treats, such will be your downfall, eventually, for choosing to believe lies about its harmfulness to you. Satan wants you to believe in his lie, that sin will make you happy, and there are no harmful consequences attached to doing it. Satan does not want people understanding that I punish the world for its evil, eventually, that my right time to do it, like I did in the days of Noah, and in Sodom and Gomorrah, and in World War I, and in World War II in the past. And so I will do in the future in World War III also. Some of you will fall when my judgment events for my enemies start to fall, one after another, quickly. You will turn one way in an effort to get aid, only to discover those services are no longer available. You will turn to your church, but they will not be equipped to render you any aid, as so many will clamor for the same needs in a rioting-type urgency. Only those who seek my face now will be prepared by me to face the perils coming for their evil nations in their future. I am able to miraculously provide whatever my friends need whenever they need it. My friends don't need a mark of the beast, electronic currency system to supply their needs. They need me to do it for them miraculously instead, like I did for Israel in the wilderness for 40 years. You must choose today to prepare with me for tomorrow. It is foremost a spiritual preparation. Spending time in silence while in my presence, learning to hear my voice and obey it more distinctly. Some think that that kind of spiritual connection with me doesn't exist for them. I tell you that you have believed in a dangerous lie from Satan. My friends do hear my voice, and they do follow me. I choose to tell my friends what is best of them to do, and I give them my miraculous power to be able to do it. If I want my church to act like the biblical book of Acts church, I can give it my power to do it. I did not want anybody trying to do church Satan's wrong way, just by themselves, in their sinful, selfish flesh power, like most of the Christian churches are trying to do it today. I want my church to choose to be me-controlled, not demon-controlled, today. Those who are prepared for my judgment storms, coming for my enemies, will bear much fruit for my kingdom during them. You will be able to assess the needs of the people and provide practical solutions, or at least instruction from me, on what the next step or steps will be for them to choose to do. People will turn to you, my miraculous friends, for guidance, because you will be filled with my spirit and my truth, and be anointed by me to try to help them to understand my will for them in such times. You will speak with my authority and will have my miraculous helpful power. You will render aid that won't be available in the usual places anymore. People will need to trust in me and not in their evil government anymore. I will lead and guide you to safety. Rest in me, my beloved ones. I am calling. Why do you not hear me? Come, now is the time to worship. Come, now is the time to hear your God. Just as a frog doesn't know he is in a cooked pot, because the warm water is pleasant at first, but by the time its hot reality sets in, it is too late to get out of the boiling pot. Learn this lesson now. I want to try to help my friends prepare for my judgments on my enemies coming now, so that they can better handle it with me while it is happening later. The best way for my friends to prepare for a greater judgment for my enemies' future later is to learn how to become a good friend of me now, so that I can miraculously help you through it later. Unless you do certain preparation now, you won't be able to do it later. My friends who seek to listen to my voice each day will be prepared by me for what they have to experience in their futures later. It is sort of like if you don't try to buy something now, you may not be able to buy it later. Sort of like if Joseph didn't store up grain for a famine judgment in the future, a lot of people would have starved in the future. And if Noah didn't they obey me to build an ark, then he would have drowned, like my enemies did, during my future judgment for them. This evil world and my judgments upon it doesn't bother me, and I want to help my friends not to be bothered by it either. My friends can have perfect peace of mind, choosing to trust in me. My friends can experience a fullness of joy through thinking about good me, with them miraculously helping them all the time if they want to. Seek me in the early morning, seek me during your day, seek me in the evening time, seek me when you rest. I am as close to you as I can possibly be, so why, oh why, don't you call on me and listen to me and let me guide you in my best will or your lives each day? If you seek to draw close to me, I will seek to draw close to you. In my presence is your fullness of joy. America, the once beautiful, is soon going to look like a war zone, and it will be one. Yes, my punishment for my enemies in America is very close to starting to happen. The golden one, the one you have anointed, for I have surely not, is coming with a bag of goodies that will horrify many. He is in full agreement and is in lockstep with the satanic elites to try to bring about their worldwide system of slavery and the slaughter of my enemies' future government for America. America's new rulers are every bit despicable and as evil as any monster in a Dr. Frankenstein or Dracula horror film. You have no clue what kind of evil these people love to do in private. You would be shocked. Wicked doesn't even touch the surface of what the world rulers under Satan love to do in the dark. They love to seek financial gain through the suffering and murdering of others, especially children, and lying, stealing, and warring with their father Satan each day. In very real time, people in America will need a savior like never before. Grab your Bible and actually open it. Then once you finish one page, turn it and read some more. For I tell you, it has the truth issues of life within it. You will learn how wicked humanity has become since Adam, and how I have to judge it during the end times of this evil world. The wickedness perpetrated by many as they spend hours in front of their computers looking at sexually raped children, having all manner of wickedness done to them, beyond what you, even with your carnal mind, cannot imagine. Then some of them are murdered, and their blood drunk, and their organs removed from them, while they are still alive, for their pleasure and their profit. The evil women are no different. They choose to read or watch filthy movies about people hooking up for their evil pleasures and like to try to live like prostitutes. Also, remember, I said, that if you entertain the thought, you are every bit as guilty as those who do that evil. Let that sink in. Did I not say in my word that the human heart is desperately evil and that people cannot understand it? Jeremiah 17 verse 9. Indeed, yet people allow these child sex trafficking rings to operate in their very community and do not demand that it stop, just like the murderous abortion of children. Some of these atrocities are starting to come out in the news, but a lot of it is just hushed up by corrupt, lawless judges, allowing it to continue. The news stories about Jeffrey Epstein and P. Diddy and adrenochrome and organ harvesting, etc., etc., etc. You, who try to understand my truth, do you not realize that I know every thought, every word, and every action happening all at once in the world at the same time today? Some of my evil enemy Satan's future plans for this evil world are evil things like creating a one-world government for him to rule over, which would consist of a one-world digital money, surveillance, slave system, and a one-world religion with only false gods to worship in. Satan is trying to use today's new technologies like AI, computers, and Wi-Fi, and human bodies connected to them to enslave and to depopulate his slaves with. I choose to use evil rulers to punish evil people with, like I did with the king of Babylon and the Pharaoh of Egypt and the Caesar of Rome and the rulers of Europe in World War II. I can help my friends out miraculously and protect them from my punishment for my enemies, while I punish my enemies at the same time. Get ready with me now for my future punishments for my enemies in America coming soon. America's evil rulers are coming. Soon your neighbors to the north and to the south will be part of your assigned region of power and control for Satan's world empire. Why do you think I have had the government hire Spanish-speaking people? So they can be of service to your Mexican siblings, soon joining your world empire district. Oh, my children, soon Satan's world empire will cut a swath of devastation upon your land. More fires, more bad storms, more earthquakes, more pestilence, and more disease. It is all on the table to be used as a weapon against the average American citizen. Did they not tell you that you are a useless eater to them? They do not need you, or do they want you? You take a form of wealth from them that they desire, your land and your resources. It isn't even about how many islands they own or the number of staff they employ to cater to their every evil desire. Nope, it is the quest for control that ignites their inner fire. They want more. More control. More pampering. More toys. More. 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 It never stops for them, because their sin never satisfies them. Satan tells them if they just get more, it will start to fulfill them, but it never does. More money, more sinful sexual pleasure or drugs, etc., etc., etc. I do not seek to give my joy or my peace to my enemies to fulfill them, only to my friends. If they have 10 planes, they want 20. If they have the most expensive car on the road, they want the limited edition that only a few get to have, to try to broadcast the others how rich they think they are. It is always about more. They can't get no satisfaction, like a Rolling Stones song. Satan's wrong way to success, through sinning against me, never makes people feel very happy. My beloved children, Satan's world empire will leave you without even a shirt on your back. They want you to own nothing and be like their slave. They literally want you dead if you try to interfere with them. Now, they are actually keeping tabs on how many different things they can do to get their death toll to climb even higher. They actually play these games and keep a tally, and they laugh over the new death stats while they drink themselves into oblivion, following the demons. They try to guess what number of dead there will be for each of their planned murder events. They laugh and throw parties and come up with the most demonically inspired devastation that they can imagine for the people that they think of their slaves on this earth. But they cannot do anything evil unless I allow them to do it. I seek to honor evil peoples and evil spirits' free will choices, and I only allow them to do what I want to allow them to choose to do. Because you cannot have love without free will choice. I have to allow choices to do evil, but I control it all according to my good purposes. If I had to try to stop one person from choosing to do evil, then I would have to try to stop everybody choosing to do evil. If I have to stop Satan from doing evil, then I would have to stop all the people from doing evil also. I can protect my friends from the evil choices of the people around them if they want me to. Like I helped Daniel out, living in an evil Babylon world in his day. My judgment future for my enemies in evil America looks like things like economic collapse, famine, disasters, plagues, rioting, civil war, World War III, and my disobedient to me church apostasy. My judgment stakes for evil America are high and getting higher. You will not recognize the nation America soon when my judgments start to devastate it for its evil. Why do you think Trudeau was removed? He was not necessary to their planned North American Union District anymore because of his unpopularity with his Canadian people. It is I who choose who is the ruler of the nations and who isn't. If the people of the nation are evil, I choose evil rulers to rule over them. Like my word says in Deuteronomy chapter 28 and other places, evil people get slavery, slaughter, mental illness, death, and end up in my prison of hell forever after that. In Satan's future world, you will be required to follow stringent laws, rules that your ancestors, a few decades back, would have caused them to march down every major city street in protest. But not now. My enemies have become so reliant upon the grocery store's goodies and overlooking the value of fresh fruits and vegetables for harmful foods instead, that have been created with all sorts of foreign illness-creating materials, sending their bodies into shock trying to get rid of it. It is pleasant to the tongue, and woe to the many who are addicted to it. My enemies have become fat and lazy and diseased. No longer do your children discover treasures in the woods or play imaginary characters with their tree limb swords, exercising outdoors. No, they are sitting in front of a gaming console sipping sodas and eating trash that even bugs don't want, and are filling their minds with internet garbage and their bodies with diseases. Then my enemies send their children to Satan's lie teaching schools all week on top of that. What kind of a future generation of enemy of me adults do you think are being created now? When the foreign enemy oppressors come, my enemies will fall on their knees and beg for my mercy, but my mercy will not be found by them from me then. They traded their freedom for pretty, shiny bobs and fops. I hope they liked them, and they gave away their prosperous lifestyle for them. Was it worth it for them to carry around $1,000 cell phone to try to impress people that they don't even like? Is their new expensive truck really a better choice for them than a used vehicle? All these things kept my enemies entertained and distracted from getting to know me and my ways before my judgments for them took all of these things away from them. Yet, some who read these words, only to dismiss them because it is too frightening to imagine that things will get worse for them in their future because of their sins against me, especially thinking about going to my prison of hell forever after they die. The medications my enemies have relied upon to make them feel better will soon be cut off from them because of my judgments, unless they are clever and resourceful and have some extra funds stashed away for them. Prepare to learn how to deal with scarcity, like another economic collapse and another Great Depression being experienced by America again. Learn new ways to cope with a new way of being under my increasing judgments for America. Things like laundry and dishwashers will become obsolete when there is no power, in some instances for a week or 4 months, for others permanently. You need to remember that Satan and demons and evil rulers are not in control. I always control them. My enemies can murder my enemies, but they cannot murder my friends unless I allow them to, for my good purposes for my friends. I seek to greatly bless my friends for their suffering love for me and their martyrdom for me. My friends don't have to fear their enemies, because I control them, and all I have to do is speak a word, and they live no longer. Don't try to fight enemies by yourself. Let me, who always wins, do it for you. Like I fought Moses' enemies at the Red Sea, I can fight your enemies on the earth today also. Like I said to the Romans, trying to harm me, you cannot do anything to me unless my Father in heaven allows you to. My friends are always perfectly safe with me and my angel army, always protecting them. I can even make you safe in a fiery furnace if I want to. I can give you $1 billion anytime if I want to. I can make your food to never run out if I want to. I can raise you from the dead if I want to. You won't die till I want you to die, and I can help you through your death. I control who lives and who dies on this earth today. I control everyone's heartbeat. And after you die, I can take you to a perfect, evil and suffering-free world to live in forever. There is nothing too difficult for me to miraculously do for you if I want to do it. You don't have to fear anything, trusting in me with you. I am like your 1,000-foot bodyguard, 1,000,000 times more powerful than your enemies, who is always with you and who never sleeps. My love for you is always greater than you could ever imagine. The earthly life for some is coming to an end. The disasters which I have foretold, through my true witnesses and prophets, are surely coming now. My children, I want you to wake up to my truth about my judgment coming for my enemies. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. Will you choose to let me in and listen to my warnings for your evil nation America, and seek my help to deal with it, now or not? Do not fear what can happen in this life. It is the next life for people, which is what people should be trying to prepare for now. I choose to take my friends to live in my heaven forever, and I choose to put my enemies in my hell forever after they die. People only have two choices: my friend or my enemy, heaven or hell, and they pick. There are no second chances. They cannot change their mind once they issue their last breath, which might be today. It is because of my good plans to try to save a few more souls during my great judgments on this wicked world, during its end times, that I have allowed this world to continue to be alive till today, instead of ending it yet. I don't want my friends to be bothered by understanding the truth about this evil world. I can miraculously help them to joyfully and peacefully handle it, and then take them to my perfect, evil and suffering-free world for them to live in forever after they die. I control this evil and suffering world, and I work it all out for my friends' good. These are some of the things that I am wanting to prophetically say to my friends and my enemies today. Jesus